That opens up roam windows for Pantheon's ultimate. And if you can ulti along with the Taliyah, your stun can set up her W knockback, and that is a one-shot.
Yeah,
so
it really is.
If Pantheon is missing in lane, Zoe really needs to look out.
Yeah, so like pointing that combo out there kind of like makes me feel the impact or the idea behind the cleanse. You know, if you're gonna be in a scenario where you're playing topside, you're playing for these heralds. I'm talking about counter jungle. You know, and they're going into these 2v2s, and it's Taliyah and Pantheon. You really don't want to get that free setup for the one-shot combo. So you have the cleanse to cleanse the Pantheon stun, and that could be the difference between winning these 2v2s and just getting absolutely demolished.
That's a great point, Try. Because the Taliyah Pantheon combo is so lethal, it's so easy. All it is Pantheon stun into Taliyah full one-shot. If you cleanse that, you can live. Another thing is you can cleanse the Ignite here from Yone. Keep yourself to keep Grievous off of you so you can continue healing. So I'm expecting maybe an Immortal Shield Bow coming out for the Graves. I know counter jungle opts into that often. He would have to forego the Gale Force, which is a mobility option. He might need the mobility from Gale Force in route of the cleanse here. So really interesting summoner choice. It's starting to come together and make some sense here, but he's going to have to be an absolute unit in this game for that cleanse to actually, I think, get the value out of it. But
a little bit of a freeze here. That's our okay. Just a little bit of lag on our spectator there. No big deal. And we are off to a pretty standard and normal start here.
Yeah, and we have both junglers on the top side here. So Mirrored clears. Try to figure it out. Mirrored is when they start the same side and they path the same direction.
Okay, that makes sense.
Opposite is going to be when they are opposite when starts opposite direction.
Yes.
So mirrored and then opposite. I think we can nail that down, book it, stamp it, 100%. And try and remember that. So mirrored paths this game just means that when the bot lane scuttle spawns at 315, it could be a 3v3, 4v4 situation for that. Or one of the junglers might have to give it up, look for a quick recall, go top crab, or just switch the route up. But a nice hook here. And the level 2 coming in for Cleveland State's bot lane. That's going to be a pretty nice trade. The Ignite goes down a bit early, but they'll take that damage.
Yeah, that's a good trade for Neural Network here.
Yep, Neural already hitting turret. So nice bot lane aggression here coming out of Cleveland State. We'll have to see if the Graves pathing downward can affect this lane. A bit of a stutter here.
Yeah, unfortunately, bear with us. Nothing on our end. It seems to be League of Legends client side. Our replays are just, seems like they're locking up for a second there. But we are back in the action, and Yone looking for those trades. Not getting any damage down there, but I like the attempt.
Yeah, I think typically Yone into range lanes plays it passive, but we see Mark Boots is just going with the all-in approach here. But Master Wolf picking up the barrier, able to use that, get a nice trade here. He's running low on mana. And we see an Alistar engaged. Nautilus is the target. The Ignite goes down. He tries to hook the wall, but instead will drop for first blood over to Jiggity here. Great sign here for MAAD City as they have control of bot lane. Here's counter jungle on the Graves. He's around the corner. And Taliyah is going to go ahead and scoop that bot crab. Here's the trade in the top lane. We see Cho'Gath is doing pretty well. I think Cho'Gath takes that trade unless there's a
execute on the queue. Oh, and that is close.
I'll eat my words on that one. Cho'Gath does not take that trade. Yes, you can sustain with the minions, but the chances that Pantheon will just dive you are pretty high now. So early recall coming in. Force Tricep on the Cho'Gath here, and we see the mid jungle 2v2
that's a bad
pressure.
Oh, that is a really bad path to set up the Taliyah for an easy W, correct? I can't remember.
Yeah. Is W.
Man, you don't want to be walking in those thin corridors like that between the wall and your tower. It's just a really easy setup. Luckily, Master Wolf not getting hit with that one, but it could have been detrimental.
And you know, Taliyah, we're going to see Graves is on top crab right now. Taliyah could have just walked through mid lane and started that crab.
And gotten double crab there.
And possibly would have double crab. But a lot of times, the jungler will think, oh, he must have already gotten that crab. As we've seen all in the mid lane. Mark Boots looking for lethal here. And will take down Master Wolf in the mid lane. great start here for MAAD City in the mid lane and the bot lane, as Yone is going to look for a crash and a reset, and he will begin to be active. Talia looking for a 2v1 in the top lane. Shysep has flash, is fighting in the minion wave, finds herself in an awkward situation. The Q will land, but it's on Shysep to just walk away. So Castle knows that if he flashes, there is no more escape for Shysep, and now that's MAAD City coming out in every lane with an advantage here.
Yeah, really unfortunate here for Cleveland State University at the very start of this game. But what we do see here is some really good scaling champions on the side of Cleveland State University. So what they need to do is try and compose themselves and make sure they're not giving up too much in these early game scenarios. I think maybe top lane could have had some vision out there to avoid that gank. We saw Graves was not close by being that far up. Yes, you were taking some aggressive trades with the Pantheon, and it looked like you were Cho'Gath was doing well with those trades. But what are you going to do when Talia shows up? You just burn the flash and trade flash for flash and go down anyway.
Yep. And we see Cleveland State will trade top gank for Drake, so Talia showing top is all they needed. And we see Mark Boots with an all-in on the Zoe. This is just relentless aggression from Mark Boots, who already has his quiver. And we see Cho'Gath getting the Pantheon very low, faring pretty well in the lane outside of that one gank and the poor trade we saw in the top lane. Can Cho'Gath actually come out ahead in this matchup after that? Will be a good question, but we see a double, triple wave stacked here for MAAD City. If they can dive this. Wait
the sleep under tower,
the
though.
Yone going to the last tower shot. That's going to be Master Wolf taking down Mark Boots, putting Cleveland State on the board. Beautiful 1v1 play. A bit of a mistake by Mark Boots, getting slept under turret.
Yeah, unfortunately, the tower going to hit him with that nice fadeaway, picking up the kill for Master Wolf. And now they're tied up in the mid lane. Master Wolf catching up in farm here, so not looking too bad for Zoe.
No, Zoe is going to be a force in this game with that kill. Could be an early book for her.
Yep, we did see her just pick one up. We could check out some items here. Wow, look at that. It is lovely. We do see a farm gap in the top lane, but every other lane doing pretty well. Tied up in almost every lane other than top.
That's right. When it's Cho'Gath, you're okay to be down a little bit in farm. You just want to be tanky for your team and hit your combos here. We see some really aggressive trading. Shysep looking for the chomp here on Inominant, but he will just take that kill 1v1. Not enough respect for the execute damage that can come out of Pantheon. We see counter jungle here to cover, but does he look for the kill?
Oh, he gets it,
This
maybe.
is a situation where he has cleanse, but the Talia is going to wall him off. There's the stun, there's the cleanse, and we see the cleanse coming through Try.
Yep.
The value saving his life. I think Flash maybe would have done the trick as well, but we see that counter jungle quick to understand that the Pantheon stun needs to be cleansed or the Talia combo will come through. So great awareness and usage of the cleanse there by counter jungle.
We have this quick little break here. I'm weary to go because it looked like maybe they were posturing up for a little trade there. But we could take a look at this play up here and kind of analyze a little better how that cleanse really worked out up here.
Yeah, and it's just when the Pantheon stuns, the Talia drops her combo, but the Graves is able to cleanse it and R himself over the wall. So great heads up defense play from counter jungle, who is out to a farm lead himself. We all know Graves can carry games when he gets ahead in farm like this. He needs to continue this rate, find himself an advantage.
This is business for bot lane, looking for maybe a 4-man dive on this tower. CSU just going to back off completely. Let them get some plates. Probably the right call. I think that would have been easy pickup for MAAD City if they stay around to defend that tower. A nice 4-man dive, difficult to deal with.
And we see Shysep not backing down even after 2 deaths. When she gets her slow push going and crashes her wave, she's actually walking up to chip the turret for plates. So trying to find her way back into the game with plate gold could work out for her. We'll have to see if the punish comes from the Pantheon. And we see Zoe getting plates too. So Cleveland State closing the gold gap. Here's the Pantheon ulti onto the Cho'Gath. She's going to fight back a bit. Hits that knockup. We have another 1v1 going on. Here's the Yone ultimate. Lots of damage down. Zoe picks up the ignite, uses it right back, but finds herself behind enemy lines. It's going to be a tricky one to get out of. Counter jungle, no flash, no cleanse here. He doesn't want to get stunned up. There's the combo we were talking about here, and he will drop. It's too automatic. It's too guaranteed. Try, it's too much damage. Great plays coming out from MAAD City here. They find themselves with a 3K gold advantage despite the plates that Cleveland State have heroically opted to take. And that was just Pantheon Flash coming in huge there.
Yeah, unfortunately not having the cleanse. If he had cleanse there, maybe even potential for the turnaround, but knowing that he didn't have it, it was too free for Pantheon to pick that up. And now Pantheon 3-0. This is kind of worrisome, you know. He doesn't scale that well, but he definitely can take control of the early game with a lead like this.
He rushed Bork. So this is...
Dude, that is pretty spicy.
You see Bork on the Pantheon, Bork on most champions mean they want a side lane. We see Bubble will land. Is this going to be a good Zoe trade?
Ooh.
That's a nice Q bop here from Master Wolf, asserting himself in this lane. He is totally in this game. He might need to be a carry factor here for Cleveland State. And we see Counter Jungle will drop the Rift Herald. This tells me, Try, that Counter Jungle has gotten first Drake and first Rift. He's looking for second Drake now, so objective control.
That Rift just getting a big smack on the tower there.
Yeah, objective control going over to the side of Cleveland State here, especially if they can get Drake number 2. That is the one thing that they will have going for them. That's great objective control from Counter Jungle here. They need to look for Soul. And now we see the Bork damage coming out. Bork is a power spike that Cho'Gath is going to have a really hard time dealing with. But the caveat to building Bork first is Pantheon's going to be really squishy in these team fights. Like one Zoe bubble with his shield down probably means...
Yeah, he has to primarily look for the picks and, you know, these 1v1 trades like through pushing lanes. Because I agree with you. You know, even if he gets on somebody in a team fight, he's going to go down really quickly, especially to... Let's say, like a sleep. If he gets hit with a Zoe bubble and then a Q, he's going to be in big trouble. Oh,
no. Hit the plant without her jungler. Man, he's forced to E over the wall, but he goes into a 1v2, and this looks like a miscommunication, a bit of an error, and Castle with a beautiful predict on the Talia W. Left Graves with nowhere on the map to go.
That bubble pop there, or the plant pop right there was just so unfortunate. Going in blind into that brush, surprise Pantheon's waiting for you, and it's just not much you could do there.
And I think the idea was that they go over together, try the quick 2v1 on the Pantheon before Talia shows, but Chaiset bopped herself over the wall and Graves away, meaning Graves had to use his only mobility spell to get right into the 2v2 where he didn't want to go.
I don't think they had vision. I think that the pink was there, and they didn't know that Pantheon was there. I think they were... I think that... Shysep was going over that brush, or using the plant specifically to clear that ward.
Wait,
and
is that a... For Shysep here, the Feast will come in and execute here. She's getting pummeled by rocks in the top lane, but she's happy to sustain up after taking that kill back. That shutdown hold in the pocket of Cho'Gath.
That was some surprise damage, and it looks like they might get Yone here. Oh, but the double ulti.
Master Wolf and Counter Jungle trying to 2v1. Yone has to snap back to his original location, but he's going for lethal before he does it. He gets lethal on Counter Jungle and snaps back, but that's Neural Network picking it up. I think Cleveland State calls worth on that. They got a kill on their Kaisa, and that is huge for the implications on the game. MAAD City, Pantheon is back. These top laners are scrapping it out constantly. He is angry. I think Shysept understands her death. Is looking for a clever way out, but that's just
not going to happen. He's just too fast. He's too strong right now. Definitely getting that farm gap here, and it's only going to get bigger after that death. We're at 20 seconds on these cooldown timers. He's going to get, you know, a wave and a half for free, deny some waves from the Cho'Gath as well right here. And it's looking really tough for this top lane matchup.
Not to mention, we're looking at bot lane almost turret down already. Jiggity and hit him up Rob. Really nice farm numbers, really good pressure here, and great damage on the turret so far. As soon as that goes down, they can actually swap their Pantheon into bot lane and take their bot somewhere else. But here's the Alistar combo into Talia. That's very reliable. And that's Akranar going down. Neural Network is probably next. He knows he's likely going to go down. It's nice usage of ulti here, but he gets snagged up by the Jhin.
Oh, and he...
flashes to Talia. He uses Gale Force to dodge the second shot, but third one rings true.
A
And
good
that's
attempt
Jiggity.
there. Pulling out all the stops to get away there. Unfortunately, does not make it.
And I gotta say, the way Mad City's playing around Castle, they are extremely aggressive wherever Castle is, other than Mark Boots. And Pantheon is always aggressive. But it seems like the explosive setup for the Talia W is there. This looks practiced by Mad City. This looks very scary to deal with. And we'll have to see if Cleveland State can play the Dragon game. If they can get third Drake, then all they are is one away from Seoul.
Yeah, they're only down 7K gold, and this is one of those scenarios where it's like, you know, if they get this soul, it could come down to one Baron fight, and the game could go over to either team. So they need to be careful. I think it's really...
Oh, hit him up. Rob is going to engage here with the Alistar combo, followed up by the Jin stun. Master Wolf forced to flash over the wall, but here comes Yone with the E over the R on the Master Wolf. He's getting rooted up by Akranar. Good save on the Zoe. No kill to come out yet, but tons of pressure from Mad City. Cleveland State needs to get control of the map here in the next 20 seconds. Here comes the Pantheon ultimate. He's looking to clean up. He's looking for kills. But most importantly, they have complete control of Cleveland State's red jungle quadrant, making it almost impossible for them to walk in and look for that third Drake without just dropping to another reliable combo.
You know what I think they should do right here? I think Cleveland State University has Cho'Gath and Graves top. They give this Dragon and they take the Herald. We see Graves taking Scuttle right now, so it looks like maybe he's starting the Herald.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Oh, he was doing the Herald that whole time, actually.
So, yeah, counter jungle, good heads up play. We see Bubble lands on Yone, but I think Zoe goes down here. Hit him up. Rob claims the kill. Mark Boots getting ignited, but he's free to walk away. And yeah, but we did see that Graves was able to trade Herald and will get top turret with that. So at least trading across the map.
Yeah, Pantheon looking to try and stop this Herald, but maybe they could get a second tower out of this.
Here's the 2v1. Pantheon
my God, that
up with a
damage.
ton of damage. The Cho'Gath is here to support counter jungle with a great evasion. Will get away, and is that lethal here? Shysep will take out Inamanat for another kill here. Hit him up, Rob, and engage in mid-game. This game's getting a little sloppy here.
Yeah, careful of that Talia. She could definitely set up this kill on Nautilus here, but she looks like she misses W if she used it there. Oh, and here comes the ulti.
Talia
Oh, she's
tried
going
to
all
wall
in.
off the Nautilus. Here's the... Kaisa can open up on Talia, but the Hex Splash by the Isla is huge. Kaisa looking for lethal on Talia. She's burning, but she'll get away. And this is a fight right outside Cleveland State's base gates. Master Wolf is burning low, but he has pots running. Trying to answer damage back, but Jiggity snipes him out right in the process. Making it a 1 for 0. They're looking for the tier 2 mid turret, but counter jungle's here to wave clear. The Yone will dive in. That's a 2-man knockup. Akranar first away, but a big knockup from the Cho'Gath. There's no damage to follow up that Cho'Gath knockup. Cleveland State.
That's only going to be a 1 for 1. They took down Pantheon in the top lane, lost Zoe in the mid, and got 2 towers out of that play, though. So maybe I think a worthwhile answer for Cleveland State University here against Mad City, letting them take that Dragon, grabbing the Herald, getting 2 towers out of it as well as a kill, and then putting up a pretty good defense in the mid and bot lane. I think they lost a tower bot, but the mid tower survived. So all in all, good play. They are now down 9 kills, though. So I think they need to be cautious about taking fights here, but they definitely don't want to give up too much in terms of objectives.
Definitely. And speaking of objectives, Cleveland State has now gotten 2 Heralds, 2 Drakes to Mad City's 1 Drake. But what Mad City's lacking in neutrals, they make up in lane pressure and gold right here. They're just up an insane amount. 7K at 18 minutes. Try. That's extremely hard to come back from. What does it start with here? We saw Kaisa almost taking out Talia in that last fight. That would have been really big for the game. We need Kaisa to find angles to DPS here. Maybe a bubble pick could be a good setup here. Pantheon jumps over the wall from the sun. That's a nice knockup by Cho'Gath. Pantheon with the Blade of the Rune King. Once that shield goes down, he will be squishy. Neural Network able to open up. Shasep will flash for the knockup. That's the bubble connecting. He is sleeping. And that should be Pantheon going down here to Neural. And Cleveland State with a double kill on Neural Network. The Kaisa, that is one way back in this game.
Yeah, Mad City does not want to be giving up kills to Kaisa like this. Now she's going to be in a point where, like, okay, let's get oh, I almost forgot about this, guys. Are you ready? Boom. Let's get a look at these items here. So, still working on boots, unfortunately, for Kaisa. But as she is getting into these items, I
Mark
think.
Boots.
Oh, let's pull this away.
Mark Boots is in a 1v3. He's looking to take the Zoe down with him, but I think he just dies. He does, and that's Cleveland State with another proactive play. A 1-for-0 here. Goes over to counter jungle. He's on the board now on this Graves. And Try, he is hanging in there in farm too. He could become a force in this game. He could become a carry threat that Cleveland State needs to emerge out of this mid game here if they're looking for Drake number 3 or 4.
So we see Pantheon making his way into bot quadrant here, trying to grab some camps, it looks like. But we have Dragon up in a minute and 20. I think Cleveland State needs to find their way over towards this Dragon and start getting some vision down. What I've noticed with a lot of these teams lately is a lot of times we're not... Oh, no.
Pantheon ulti. This looks like a 2v1 for Shystep. She's on an island, has TP, but there's no way to TP out of this. She's going to probably try and take him on a walk here while Cleveland State can look for a play on the other side of the map, knowing that 2 members are down here. The next best thing she could maybe do is take some minions down with her.
Mark Boots on his way here as well.
Yeah, but that's 3 members that just showed. So does Cleveland State look for an answer play? Possible hook here. Akranar looking to be passive here. Maybe not sure of the heads on the map. But could have maybe locked the Talia up. If you see 3 members on the bot lane and you're Nautilus there, I think you hook that and you ulti. You look to one-tap the Talia knowing 3 of her teammates were relatively far away. It could have been a possible angle. Yes. But I don't blame Akranar for just being cautious here in his positioning.
You know, if I'm looking back on what just happened, I'm wondering if the delay there of running away from them was a bad choice, because Dragon is now up in 10 seconds. And if you had died sooner, you could have respawned sooner for the Dragon timer.
Mark Boots engaging with the ulti, looking to kill counter jungle. He'll go down to Inominence hook, but Cleveland State fighting back with Cho'Gath in the front line. Neural Network is in the back line all by himself. He'll get taken down, but a couple trade kills. Master Wolf running low as well. Cho'Gath relatively healthy, but he is the target focus. Inominate is just sniping with these spears. He's everywhere. Good knockup by Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath will also drop, and that is a clean ace here. Well, it's an ace for 1 for MAAD City. They could look to break base and then retreat to Drake, which afterwards they will probably set up Baron now. It's about that time. Try. They can look to choke Cleveland State out with proper vision control right after this reset.
Man, that was such an unfortunate turn of events there. I think that Neural Network taking the ulti in on the Yone looked really, really good, but then there was just a lot of lifesteal for Yone there. Not enough damage from the Kaisa to take him down, and then she was just out of position, getting focused by, I think it was the Talia and the Yone there, taking him down. I think maybe if he stayed in the back line, fought front to back instead of going for the Yone, it could have been a much different story, but fortunately, this Dragon going over to MAAD City, and now it's 2 Drakes to 2 Drakes with a pretty large kill gap between the 2 teams.
Yeah, we see Castle crossing the mid lane to the top side of the map. That tells you exactly what MAAD City's thinking, and now we get to see MAAD City's Baron setup. We'll have to see the quality of setup, the quality of looks that they can create. They have reliable combos on their side, but a good bubble here. A bubble here would be massive. The bubble lands. That Talia could just drop. She's going to flash away and return some damage. Master Wolf smiting Baron for HP, but Baron doesn't like that.
Oh!
Leah on the pursuit. Master Wolf is on a journey here. They're going to stun up counter jungle. He's in a 1v3. He's going to want to take one down with him, but he can't. Meanwhile, in the base game, it's Pantheon. He is just murdering Cleveland State member after Cleveland State member. Here comes the Nautilus ulti. I think they can actually 2v1 this with the feast that Cho'Gath can bring in, but Inominate, pretty good footwork, dodging the first Q knockup, but there's the feast. They're going to go ahead and take that as a consolation prize for Baron over to MAAD City.
Yeah, unfortunately, things have gotten pretty sloppy as we're making our way into this mid-game here. Around the 15 to 17-minute mark, we started seeing a lot of mistakes coming out from these teams. Things just got hectic. But unfortunately, with MAAD City having a lead, CSU falling behind in those hectic scenarios, and now it's looking really, really good for MAAD City. They have Baron. They're up 10K over 10K gold, and they're prepared to just run it down these lanes, I think.
Yeah, I think you play lanes here. I mean, the obvious reason you're playing lanes is Drake's not up for 3 minutes. But, oh, the Yone ulti to open up into Neural Network. He'll ult away, get a shield. Is that too far from Mark Boots? No, it's not, because the execute damage just snaps on Kaisa, kills her. And now we have hit him up. Rob is going to die behind turret. And Mad City are very aggressive with this Baron buff here. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you want to see out of this team. They're getting a lead, and then they're using it. They're pressing it here. Baron buff minions. Good siege opportunity here. Can Jiggity get autos on the turret? What's the wave clear like for Cleveland State? Hit him up, Rob, with a huge knock-up to set up the Pantheon ulti. And this is going to be probably a complete wipe. Cleveland State's turret's helping them trade back. The Jin will go down in the process, but that is a 2-for-1 here. As the onslaught will continue. Mad City have approached the base turret here. Mark Boots healing up. He's looking for another angle. This guy goes in on cooldown. And there's the flash, the knock up. He's going for lethal on Neuro. Can't quite hit it. Flash for free. That's good for Cleveland State. But the statement he makes with the aggression.
And they're still aggressing here. They have the Baron buff. They're still cool. They're still death timers for CSU, and they're just getting every little bit they can. Gonna get a Nexus tower here and maybe call it. I don't know. It looks like they're staying around.
Cleveland State can defend this. It's not over here. If anything, Mad City needs to look for a reset and maybe play for bot lane, right? They got top and mid inhib. If they were to stick around any longer, I think there would be some members dropping, some shutdowns going over to Cleveland State. So wisely, they will back out, and their next focus is going to be bot lane. At this point, Dragon's just a luxury. They'll have maybe Talia solo it, but I think their focus is just keeping the Cleveland State members in the bot lane so that they can choke out with the top and mid inhibitors. And here's the dive. It was a beautiful combo by Hit 'em Up Rob with the Pantheon all over top. Yes, they lose Jin. Someone had to take turret aggro, but they will take a 1-for-2 plus 2 turrets in this situation any day.
I thought that was the Kaisa dive. I had one locked and loaded, but then got distracted by the play, and I forgot to put one in. But
Master Wolf with the bubble on Talia. That lands into the Cho'Gath knockup. Kaisa tags with the W. Is this Cleveland State's angle to fight? They are grouped as 5, but it appears they need to deal with base minions, which opens up a window on this next wave for Mad City to look to hit turret. This is the moment Cleveland State needs to go in, or otherwise their base will slowly die. Hit him up, Rob, in the front line, tanking it up. So is Shysep. Pantheon going on counter jungle. That's a really nice shield there, keeping him alive, but they can front to back. They can kill Cho'Gath. They can even advance on the Nexus pretty soon here. A nice Yone ulti. Just cleanup work here. Mark Boots. Relentless aggression. Mad City advancing onto Nexus. And at 28 minutes, Mad City looking to go up 1-0 in this series.
Wow, and that was a great game here. I think things kind of started to fall apart and get a little hectic in the mid game there. CSU doing a great job of kind of like taking what they could get, getting those objectives. They had a lot of objective control in the mid game, but then kind of let it slip. Things started to get a little hectic. People were fighting everywhere, and then due to that, Mad City just kind of started picking up the kills in these fights because they were already ahead, and it just snowballed out of control.
Watch Hit him up, Rob, here. Watch this Hex Flash into a knock-up on Nautilus and a pop on Graves. I'm actually mistaken. He had a 3-man, I think.
This is the play right before where they executed the neural network with the dive on Yone. Just the execute damage as he went back to his shadow was surprising. I didn't think he was getting the kill off that play, but he ended up doing it. So a good game 1 going over to Mad City, and now I'm excited for us to be getting into game 2 here shortly.